Hello, Abigail here with the Tarotscopes for Aquarius season, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is quite a season. We start off with a Pluto conjunction with the Sun. This is going to kind of be the story of Aquarius season until Pluto leaves Aquarius in 2043. So, this kind of intensity is going to be around for a while with different aspects and interactions, of course, over that time. But welcome to us officially starting this. This season is going to be very intense, but also I think very revelatory. All of the readings I've done so far, and I think I've done what, 8 now? All of them have been about this deep internal journey. And I think this is also the case for you. It has a lot to do with the card of the year, which is the Hermit card, which is the major arcana that's numerologically attached to 2025. Um, but there is some really good news for you, which is that the South Node is out of Libra, and we don't have any more eclipses in Libra. We'll have one more opposition moment with that new moon in Aries that is going to be happening at the end of March, March 30th, I believe. So, yeah, you still have some residual stuff with that, but I do feel like there's going to be more capacity moving forward for you all because that South Node takes up a lot of space and energy when it is in your sign, which it was since 2023. um, Obviously we're going to continue on it on the nodal journey, just in different signs. But this is a bright side for you. I will kind of point out that you are going to be getting a lot of oppositions. Saturn's going to move into Aries, Neptune's going to move into Aries, the Venus retrograde is in Aries. The day that the Venus retrograde ends in April, the moon is in Libra. So there's a lot of oppositional stuff you're gonna have to go through. And the reason I'm telling you this now in Aquarius season is, firstly, it's the first official season of 2025. And secondly, when we have huge moves like this, there is always this energetic pull towards it, especially with eclipse season and Pisces season, that Venus retrograde in Pisces season, the Mercury retrograde in Pisces season. All of these things accumulate to cause this pull, and that pull is going to exist in Aquarius season. Just a heads up. But I'm excited because your card, your indicator card, is the Seeker, which is also the card that Gemini got. So there's an air, kind of an air information, air connection here. I do believe that the season is about finding things that maybe you don't know and didn't know you were looking for. Aquarius season is a great time to accumulate information and knowledge. And I really think that you are going to be doing that this season. And it's not going to need to be like a dogged pursuit. It's a very air quality pursuit. So the ability to kind of flit between things, which is great because you're an air sign. Um, it's going to be important. You're looking for something. Maybe we know what that is, maybe we don't. But that's not really the point. It's the point that you are on this journey and you need to know some things. Let's get into your tarot. So we start off with the Six of Coins, which I love because I do think with that South Node in Libra, there was a feeling of not being able to give and receive, or when you were giving, you were noticing that you weren't, able to receive, or when you were receiving, you were like, why can't I give back? And now we get to have that flow. And also, now that we've learned these lessons, we're selecting people and relationships where reciprocity happens, where being able to connect in multiple ways and also connect in transactional ways is more free, and we're also aware of when it's more toxic. So, you know, every relationship, with the exception of children, requires equal reciprocity. A little tongue tied here. Reciprocity. And you've kind of been through this journey and gone through all of this. And now is that time to truly step into it, to only accept relationships where there are clear boundaries, where you get to give and receive in a healthy way. And obviously, it's not always going to be 50-50. A lot of times it ends up being 60-40 or 70-30. But when it's your turn to need help or require less giving, you two get to take that position of being the 30% person, right? It's not constantly you all the time. We do have a Three of Swords, in this journey of whatever we are looking for, I do think part of that journey is going to be processing trauma. You can't take, a hermit journey without encountering your pain. And sitting with the ways in which you have been harmed is essential to finding the situations in which you are loved. And it's not easy to do that. But I think there is space in this Mars retrograde when we can't really, really kick things off. The universe, things are happening. The universe is just, fully in charge and we're kind of buckled up in the passenger seat. So take that time to sit with yourself, to investigate your own needs, to listen to the stories that you remember, especially in childhood where you were not seen or heard or someone hurt you, and allow it to be what it needs to be. You don't need to justify it. You don't need to blame yourself. You don't need to heal in this moment. Also, there are just some wounds that will never heal. And that's kind of the lesson of some of the eclipses with Chiron and Aries. But it doesn't mean that you can't tend to them and you can't make them more comfortable and less debilitating. We also have a Page of Wands. The pages have been all over Aquarius season. I love it. It is this reminder that while everything is very serious and heavy right now, we don't have to be all the time. The energy is doing it. We need to play. We need to seek out our passions. We need to find joy in the things that we desire and do. Because otherwise, what's the point? What's the point? Oh, I just realized I'm kind of a little matchy with this card. Love that for me. Anyways, as my ADHD brain jumps off a cliff, um, you know, just listen to your desires and do them spontaneously. Do something spontaneous. I know Aquarius season is a fixed season. It can feel like we have to sit down and do something, but have fun. Play a little. You know, find those desires and fill those needs in the simplest way possible. You want to be alone with yourself and get out in nature. Maybe you can't take a weekend trip, but maybe you can get out of town. I live in the city. Maybe you can take the train to somewhere else this Aquarius season. I shall be getting out of the city and I'm very happy about it. And then we do have Six of Wands. There's really something to celebrate here. I don't know that it's something that's actively happening or like the majority of it is happening in this season. However, I do think that, and I've noticed this, there's a lot of delayed response and stuff. I do think that's something that you maybe started previously that got stalled is going to come to fruition. And, it's probably not gonna happen in the way you think it is. That's kind of the theme of Jupiter and Gemini, topped off with a Mars retrograde. But don't miss those moments of celebration. Don't miss the joy we can have in the unexpected. Yeah, maybe it didn't turn out the way we wanted, but it turned out for the best. Um, it can be so easy to get caught up in constant progression, especially under capitalism, that we, you know, forget to celebrate the stuff that we've been working for, partially just because it didn't come out as a product. But our lives are not a product. Our lives are a result of a multitude of energies and creations and lifetimes. You know, they're as beautiful and as diverse as the ocean. So allow your life to be a diverse experience and celebrate those moments of breakthrough and release. Your bottom card, I think, is quite interesting. The Leos, did the Leos get this? Yeah, they did. Um, we do have a Nine of Coins. And this kind of goes back to my belief that there's going to be something that was stalled that you get to enjoy. It's also the reminder, and in this card, there is kind of an interesting vibe. I often find it can feel a bit grabby with that little tongue grabbing the pentacle or the coin, um, to sit with what you have and to appreciate it. And I don't like the term grateful. It feels like pressure, but be like, hey, this is where I've come from and this is what I've gotten, and to celebrate that. I do think this also, like I said, means that something's coming about that allows you to have that space, allows you to enjoy. But, the universe, we do have to, if we want to work with the universe, we do have to inform them of what we want. And a Nine of Pentacles is this reminder to really be like, "Hey, universe, remember X, Y, and Z that we got?" I loved it. I love that form of abundance, even though maybe that form of abundance wasn't what I was expecting. More of this, please. Please get. I would love to see this kind of free flow. So, in those moments where you see something beautiful coming to fruition, make sure that you say, "Hey, universe, hey, whoever you work with, whatever spiritual, journey or path you have chosen, and whoever, you ask for help with, be like, hey, thank you for that help. And, you know, thank you for whatever abundance has come my way." And it's hard because oftentimes when one thing works out, another one goes awry, but don't miss those moments where you get to truly enjoy the stuff that you have worked for and been given and found a way to access. And that is my reading for Aquarius season. My Libras, if you have any questions, pop them in the comments. I also have a video of all of the transits in Aquarius season posted in the past few days. Um, and I'm excited for you. I think this is definitely a turning point year for many of you. It's a turning point year for everyone, but especially with everything moving into Aries in opposition, there's this feeling of a turning point. Enjoy this Aquarius season. And also, blessed Aquarius season to you. And I will see you in a different space and time.